All right, hello, welcome to an episode of Miss M Tries to Teach You Things. So the first little tutorial here is just how to crop. Pretty simple. So first what you're going to want to do is open Photoshop, whatever version of Photoshop you're using. I'm currently using version CS4. The link I sent to you is CS6, and if you're using the iMacs out in the classroom, that's Creative Cloud. So things might look a little bit different, but in general they should look very similar and be in very similar places. So when you're editing your workspace, I like to use photography. Let's see, or essentials. Either way is fine. Looks like this version might not have photography. So just essentials is fine, but I know a later version does. I like that because I want to get to the layers palette. Okay, and you want your toolbar on the left here. So I'm going to open up my scan file. So you should always work with that scan file or whatever is the higher quality. Okay, so you can open it up by dragging the image to the icon on the toolbar if you're working with a Mac, or you can go to File and then they'll be Open. Okay, so you can either and then go File, Open, and then open your file that way. Okay, so immediately what I'm going to do with this file now is I'm going to save it as a different name so that I can differentiate between this image that I scanned and then my edit file. So I'm going to go File, Save As, okay, and your edit file should be saved first as a Photoshop. So just select regular Photoshop and that'll change the extension to .psd. But I'm going to change the word scan here to edit. That's how I know this is going to be the edited version. It's not the one that's resized yet, but it's going to have all my edits on it. So I'll say Save. Okay, and so I'll create two separate files. Right? So I'm going to rotate this one. I'm going to go to Image, Image Rotation, 90 degrees. CW is clockwise and CCW is counterclockwise. So I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I just pressed Apple and then minus on the computer. Okay, that's the way I like to do it. It's the shortcut to zoom in, Apple and plus. Or if you're on a PC, you're going to do Control plus. So anytime I say Apple in something as a shortcut, the way you would do it on a PC is just holding down Control. Okay, so we'll go over, so I just did rotation, and now I'm going to crop. Okay, it's this icon up here, crop tool, click on that tool. Click and drag a box around what you want to keep. I'm using the arrow keys on the keyboard to make some slight adjustments. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, I wanted to get rid of that extra space on the top. And the extra, on the sides, excuse me, and the bottom. Okay, so what you're going to keep is going to be in that rectangle. Then press Return or Enter on your keyboard. All right, so that's just the crop. If you want to be really sure that you got it, cropped out everything, I'm going to zoom in. I'm holding down the space bar, and then I'm just going over to see, okay, well, it looks like I could crop out this little bit, but I'll just let that be. All right, so if that's all you need to do to the image, you can go ahead and just save it. Okay, and then you can X out of the image once it's done saving. Okay, and that'll make that change to your edit file. Okay, all right, that's it for rotating and cropping.